Hello, hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, my people. Join me from wherever you are watching. Today is another day. It is a beautiful day and wonderful in our eyes, and we are glad in it. My people, I am coming out late because we finished late yesterday with our Prime Minister tour to US. So join me from wherever you are so that we will continue. We have a lot to discuss about. Join me, so that we will continue. This is one of the Breji platforms where we give you the authentic information. We are talking about Biafra liberation, and Biafra must be liberated. My people, join me and let us continue. Before I go ahead, I must pray and thank God. Almighty Father, holy and everlasting God, today I give you thanks and glory for bringing our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the court for us to see that he is still alive. We glorify your name, Father Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, my Lord. Thank you. I am also praying and thanking you for the presence of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Mmejibuago, Ochendo one of Biafra land. I thank you, Lord. My people, join me. Join me, Biafrans, wherever you are. We are very many. A lot should be joining this platform. It is a platform where I bring to you updates about Biafra coming, and we are very peaceful and liberal-minded people. We do not preach hate. We do not preach violence because we are not violent people. Today was Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's hearing. So my people, join me. Join me, let us continue. I've told you why I am late. Because so my people, this is a Biafra song, you know. It is one of the Biafra songs that we play when we are starting. I am playing it on behalf of our Biafra and our heroes and Onyendu. So my people, I have other information here for you, breaking news. Join me, my people, so that we will continue. Today, our Onyendu was in court. I know that many of you must have heard it and everything. It feels very good that Onyendu is in court. He was in court today, you know, and his court appearance needs more analytical issues to be made about his appearance. For those of you who saw Onyendu, I'm sure you are all happy with me that Onyendu appeared in court, and some of you noticed how Onyendu looks as if he is very healthy, but I do not like that weight Onyendu was adding, because it means that Onyendu was not Onyendu was not being properly kept. They don't allow Onyendu to come out. They don't allow him to go, like, you know, what things he should be doing. And Onyendu is getting big and having stomach. Today, I was with one of my colleagues who go on his platform, and a lot of debate was going on. But we should not be distracted, and his lawyers must do the needful. Onyendu should not be represented with bail condition for his discharge and the acquittal, because the High Court have said it all, that Onyendu has no case to answer, which means that Onyendu, no court in Nigeria has the jurisdictional power to try Onyendu in any court. I am urging his own lawyers, Aloy Ejimako, I thank you so much for bringing Onyendu out. Ejiofor was not bringing Onyendu at all. He never brought him out, and I don't know the type of judges they have over there who will go ahead with a case of a man who is incarcerated, he's not sick, he's not in the hospital, and he's not in attendance in court, and you will continue to judge somebody's case in absentia. So now that Aloy Ejimako brought him out, we thank him for that, because seeing Onyendu today will give a lot of incentive to our Biafrans all over the world. But I am also at the same time asking that his lawyers should not accept any bail term or condition for Onyendu's release. Onyendu must not be released conditionally. He must be released unconditionally. The court have said it. The proper judges in the court. And if those judges in the Supreme Court are good judges, they will know that what High Court have said is the proper legal procedure for a man who was renditioned that way. So, my people, what I'm saying is that his lawyers should not accept any bail condition for Onyendu to be discharged or to be released. Onyendu should be returned to Kenya. That's what the High Court said. And he will be paid 500 million in compensation for the torture meted at him when he was captured by these marauders. And from the time that High Court made this very ruling that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have no case because of the breach of international law and national law by Nigeria country or nation government by renditioning him illegally to Nigeria. The time the High Court made that ruling was when it will start again counting for illegal detention again. So his lawyers should be asking for compensation starting from that day again, in addition to the initial compensation that the High Court pronounced. So my people, this is how to represent someone. But I know that the zoo, they believe in lies, which is takia. They believe in lying and getting their way through. My people, it is my own submission. In that case, Onyendu should not be given bail. He has no case. And when you don't have any case, there is no bail, let alone having condition. Secondly, from the day he was discharged by High Court, that they continue to detain him, Onyendu should be compensated for illegal detention from that date, in addition to the amount of compensation pronounced by the High Court in the first place. So we are happy to see Onyendu today. And I am saying that, my people, we should focus again on our voting. This is the only thing now that will give us the full right on international law basis to declare our Biafra. That 20 million that our Prime Minister was asking for, we have to please, my people, try and see that that 5 million that we have it, 20 million, that we get at least 500 or 50 million, so to say, not 500, 50 million, because we are up to 70 million. If 50 million of us voted, that will give us an ample opportunity to get our Biafra declared in October, according to our Prime Minister. But I was with our Prime Minister yesterday during his tour of USA. He said something. And that thing he said, I'm going to play it here for you people to hear. Our Prime Minister is a man that is very tenacious, very resilient, and always on point. He doesn't mince word when he is saying anything relating to getting Biafra for us. We should all endeavor to support him as much as we could. Let me play.
For the support so far. The prophecy of our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, is manifesting, and we have been able to break many things because of support from the United States. The The reason for this particular talk today
Hello.
is to call and wake up the subconsciousness.
Hello, my brother. Thank you for joining me. I've just spoken about our Onyendu's appearance in court. So now that you are here, I might repeat a few of the things that I said. You know that Onyendu appeared in court today. We were all happy that he was there. And you can see that Ezeri was there, a bishop was there, and another chief, traditional chief. And as respectful as our Onyendu was, he went and bowed down before them. Very humble of him. And that made me happy that Onyendu's mental state is still intact. He still knows something. But my anger is that Onyendu is adding weight, because our Onyendu is not a big person, but he was very big today, because that place where he is not good for him. I don't know whether they give him, whether it is poison or whatever that is making Onyendu to bloat, but it is because he's confined in one place. That confinement is not good for him. And I am saying as well, they said that he will come back next month, March, and that they will give him bail condition. I don't know, now that our Prime Minister is in charge for his legal team, we must make our Prime Minister to instruct them not to accept any bail. I'm happy our Prime Minister is also a lawyer. It's not good for Onyendu to remain there. Before he will come out, he will be like a bag of rice. It's not good for his health. Yes, it's not good for his health. He is not a very big person. And he was okay the way he was before now. There should be no bail because there is no case to answer. If they accept bail, that means they are also compromised. But before then, I will not say anything other than that they should be instructed not to accept bail. Onyendu should be released without any bail condition because he has no case to answer. The High Court judges are as qualified as the Supreme Court judges. So any ruling they make should be binding. Yes, it should be binding. They rule that based on the way Onyendu was renditioned, Onyendu has no case to answer because international law has been breached and national law as well was breached because Nigeria government have no proper legal advisors who should be advising them on what they do. Wow, my other brother is here. Henry, thank you for joining. Onyendu was in court today. Are you aware? So everybody, we are jubilating that Onyendu appeared in court today because Ejiofor was compromised. He doesn't bring our Onyendu out of the dungeon. Do you know that when you have a client in detention, any day the lawyer comes is the happy day for them because they will bring them out. Yes. They will bring them out so that they will get fresh air and walk out and speak to somebody. Yes. Do you know, there's this client I used to represent in those days. He was detained in Liverpool. The day I came, the boy was holding me because his mother is my friend. He was holding me crying. He was saying, Auntie, can you be coming every weekend? Please, because if you don't come, they will not bring me out. I'm just telling you this because legal system is the same all over the world, but people apply it differently based on their language and the way they are. Wow, my sister is here. Blessing. Thank you so much for joining. Onyendu appeared in court today, and we are all happy that he appeared in court. But you need to see Onyendu. Onyendu became so fat because he doesn't move around, he doesn't come out. Because when your lawyer visits you, you will be able to come out. You will be allowed to come out, and your lawyer will be asking you how they are treating you there. And whatever you tell your lawyer will go and implement it. Your lawyer will be able to talk to the judge that this is what my client is lacking, and the judge will give a ruling about that and make an order. But they don't do this for Onyendu at all. Onyendu is becoming very fat and is not good for his health. I don't know whether it is the poison that they give him, which God refused, that our Onyendu will not die like that. That is making Onyendu very, very fat. Yes, my sister, good evening. God bless you for joining. Yes, you see, yes, Henry, God is great for Carlo. Yes, you know, the issue here is that I don't know how these Nigerian lawyers, how they represent their clients. Yes, because the court will sometimes wait for the lawyer representing a client to say something for them to act upon it. Our Prime Minister is now responsible for Onyendu's hearing. And the English legal system is the same as Nigeria legal system. Now that high court judges, they were the ones who discharged Onyendu in the first place. And they made a ruling that as long as Onyendu was renditioned illegally, that Onyendu should not have no case. I will plead with anybody who is close to our Prime Minister, including myself, to let our Prime Minister tell his representative, because our Prime Minister is currently responsible for those lawyers. He should instruct them that they will never, yes, that they will never, they should not accept any bail condition. Onyendu should be discharged and acquitted, and Nigeria government should pay for a flight to take him back to Kenya. That's what his lawyers should be saying, because when they go there and start keeping quiet, it's like they are lukewarm, and these judges will look at them and see the weakness in their representation, and the judges will not make any ruling or any order. Blessing said, we have now known it was Ifeanyi Ejiofor and the Zekome that was not allowing our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Exactly. That's what I have just said. The English legal system and Nigeria legal system is exactly the same. But unfortunately, we have Sharia judges in the court. A judge cannot make a ruling without your legal representative telling the judge what they want them to make. Every ruling that the judges make is from what your legal representative said. Because as a legal representative, you have right to communicate with your client in the court and ask your client, what do you want? What should I tell the judge? They will give them 2 minutes, 3 minutes, they will talk. Then the representative will tell the judge, my client wants this total discharge, and you will discharge him based on the fact the High Court have said that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction over Onyendu's case. So they said that they will adjourn the case and resume next March. When they resume next March, they will be given, there is no bail condition because there is no case. High Court have said it based on the illegality of his rendition. The way he was brought back was illegal. So no court, including Supreme Court, no court in Nigeria has right over Onyendu's case. In fact, Onyendu has no case. That is the truth of the matter. So they are not going for any bail. They cannot bail somebody that has no case. You will have case first of all before you talk about bail. And if there is no case, there is no bail. So Onyendu should not be bailed. Onyendu should be returned to Kenya. From Kenya, he will find his way to where he lives and go and get medical treatment as quickly as possible. So my people, that is it. You know, there is no how Ejiofor and Ezekome were the people who were compromised. They paid them money so that Onyendu will not be released, because they know that if Onyendu is released today, the whole people following Onyendu will swing back. So they are detaining Onyendu there just for their own good. But God has given us a man who is a match to Nigeria in our Prime Minister. Our Prime Minister is a very big match to the zoo. And in fact, he is beating zoo to their game. Our Prime Minister is beating Nigeria to their game. Yes. Blessing said, I don't even know why his lawyers are asking for bail condition. No, no, no. It's not his lawyers that ask for it. It is the court. And I know that this is what those illiterate governors will be telling them, give him bail condition. Because if these people are knowledgeable enough, they will know that the high court judges were well qualified legal practitioners who knows the law. Because when me and you are doing something, there is something called rule of law binding what we are doing. And when one of them breaches that rule, you are liable to compensate the other person. So Nigeria government have breached the law, international law and national law. Then from that date, from that very date that the High Court made that ruling, they should have discharged Onyendu that very date. When Onyendu is finally released, there will be another action against them. They will bring an action for the rendition and compensation for illegal detention from that date court made that ruling till whenever it is their nasty interest to release Onyendu. Because one justice for one is justice for all. If you allow this injustice to carry on, that is the same way they will be dealing with every other Biafran that they capture abroad. This is it. Our people, I don't know what is wrong with them. Aloy Ejimako and his legal team should not go for any bail because Onyendu has no case. Yes, my sister Diane, Simon Ekpa and his Bridget team knows what to do so that Mazin Nnamdi Kanu will be unconditionally released. Exactly. He must be unconditionally released. I don't know. I will write him an email. I will send my PM an email. I'm telling you people, there's no bail condition, nothing like that. Nothing like that, not at all. Onyendu should not be, they should not be talking about bail. They should not be talking about bail, let alone condition. No condition. Onyendu has no case. And when you don't have any case, there is no bail term. Not at all. Let me show you people the video. That's Onyendu. Onyendu was being prayed for by the bishop and by the entire Igbo chief, Ezeri. You see him. That's Onyendu in the court. My people, let me tell you people something. You see, Nigeria, they are not new to us. We should not be surprised at anything that comes out from there. Now that they have declared that they are a Muslim state, is none of our business, but they should not bring that their Takia and their Sharia ruling near any Biafran, let alone our leader. It will not happen. They will not get it like that. And the next thing is for everyone to keep shouting it. All the religious people must preach Biafra referendum, completion of that form to vote for Biafra referendum. Because if we do not do that, time is coming when these people will be chasing women on the street to cover their head. It's coming. So the churches should not be thinking that, oh, everything is hunky-dory. No, it's because our prime minister is supporting this Biafra Liberation Army and they are protecting everybody. That's why they are feeling less concerned. If our PM leaves Biafra Liberation Army today, these people will overwhelm them. That is one thing that these church leaders and pastors and prophetess and prophets, what they don't realize. Whether they are listening to this or not, they should tell their church members, we are all Biafrans, to vote for self-referendum. That is all we ask from them. And that's what they should do. All the reverend fathers, all the bishops, all the pastors, and all the prophets, they should do this. Ask your people to vote. We must leave Nigeria. We are tired of complaining every day. Every day we are saying the same thing. We are tired of it. How can they be holding Onyendu there and they will give him condition? Onyendu is not a Nigerian. Onyendu is a British. So they should leave him to go. They have left Sunday Igboho. He has left. And they left Abba Kyari. Abba Kyari was requested to be extradited to America and they did not. So why would they give Onyendu bail? Onyendu is not a criminal. He has no case. So they should just discharge him and acquit him and let him go his way. No condition. So for the bishop I saw in the Onyendu's court today, they should go back and preach to their congregations to vote for our exit. There is no how you will not want somebody to be a leader like a Biafran to rule Nigeria. You don't want their business. You don't want their houses to stand. You are bulldozing their houses. You are burning their businesses. You don't want them to rule. And you don't want them to go. Somebody don't like you. You don't like somebody. And you are holding that person against their wish. Simply because of oil. Simply because you want to be selling oil, buying equipment, and buying their people on daily basis. How can you be forcing somebody you don't love to stay with you? It's impossible. We are all in a bottleneck. We cannot pass. That bottleneck cannot contain all of us. We are going, no matter the condition they try to give, it will not work. It will not. Because our Prime Minister, he is equal to the task. He is taking us to Biafra. And if you think that after 2 years, they will tell Onyendu to drop Biafra, he will accept. Onyendu will not. He will not. And they can't keep him there. If after next month, they don't release Onyendu, they will see Woto Woto. We are just keeping quiet because Onyendu is still there. So, my people, no matter what goes on, anything that goes up will definitely and surely come down. Yes, anything that goes up will come down. Now, my people, we are clear on that. Another thing is that in Onyendu's hearing, very quick analysis of what happened there. Somebody was arguing in my colleague's platform, Ugo, I was there. Somebody said, why should Onyendu be carrying his files? My brothers and sisters, that is one of the legal processes. If you are a lawyer and you have a client, especially a sensitive case like our Excellency Onyendu Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's case, his case is a very sophisticated case. You must be up and doing. If you have a client and that client has a hearing, you will prepare what we call court bundle for a hearing. That bundle is always huge, is massive, and it takes like a week for you to finish that and get it right, because they will be paginated where everything will be chronologically set up for the court, because if you don't do it, the judge will embarrass you in the court before your client. So what you have to do, because of the rule of disclosure, you have to disclose all the information you have to the opponent. Then you will make 4 bundles, one for the court, one for the other solicitors, which is the zoo lawyers, they are barristers. You will make one for them. You will make one for your client, and you will make one for your own keep in the office. So your client will read it as much as they could, and a day before the hearing, you and your client will have what is called conference hearing or conference meeting. During that conference meeting, you will tell your clients how the court is going to go. There is what they call cross-examination. That cross-examination will come from the other barristers. They may be asking your client, you said that this happened, you said that this happened. Is it correct? They will say yes or no. That's why a client must be in court. And I don't know why all this while the judges always go ahead when Onyendu is not there. That will show you that they are not proper judges. They are Sharia judges. If it is in the UK and you come to court without your client, the judge will not go ahead. he will tell you that I cannot proceed. Then you give him excuse. He will ask you any evidence for your excuse, even if it is that your client is sick. Any sick note, any consent by your client for the case to go ahead without them. If you don't have any of this, the judge will just get up and go. But in Nigeria, they will carry on when Onyendu is not there. So for Onyendu to have access to his files is correct. Onyendu should see the file and know that what he instructed you is what you are going to adduce in court. You cannot be adducing your own, I think, I don't think, I suggest, I don't suggest. No, because it's not your case. It is your client's case. You will be adducing the instruction your client gave you in court. And make sure that what he instructed you is what you are representing before the judge. And the judge will have to ask your client questions. Did you instruct your lawyer to write this? The client will say yes or no. So when Biafra comes, we will still go and drag Ejiofor for negligent representation of our Onyendu's case. Himself and the Zekome, they have a case to answer for the poor and shabby representation they gave to Onyendu all this while. You know, so many irregularities, so many. But we know the zoo, anything goes. So my people, the breaking news again is that yesterday, our PM toured United States of America, and it was massive. The donation is like something else. I was recording the amount, and up to a stage, I lost count of how much, but I'm sure it must be more, up to $70,000. These people, they broke the net. Americans are great people. So let me play the voice of our Prime Minister. Yes, especially Ejiofor Emenike, you are very correct. Ejiofor is the one who indoctrinated the Zekome, but the Zekome as a senior advocate should have known the best thing. Let me tell you, in this country, if you are representing a client and the client makes a confession or something goes wrong, you will go to the chambers and talk to the judge that this is what has happened. And the judge will tell you the next thing to do. You will have to resign. So Ezekome cannot tell me that he does not know the legal procedures or representations. Why would he allow a charge and bail like Ejiofor to make him compromise his profession and compromise the interest of your client? That is too poor, very negligent of them. Yes, very, very negligent of them. So they will be sued and action will be brought against them. But I know it is not something that will happen now. It will distract us. Yes, my people, it's good to let our people know the true situation of things. We cannot be talking about Nigerians be lying and deceiving us, and we will be condoning deceit. Yes. Ejiofor is the eye of the zoo to exactly, and to the entire Biafra nation. Ejiofor had always been the eye of the zoo in what we are doing. You know, Ejiofor is he is like a cancer, and Onyendu said that what you do with cancer is that you cut it off. That's the only way to end cancer, a cancerous cell. He is very cancerous. He has to be, tamed. That man, he has to be tamed. He is still sabotaging us because he's still in contact with all those governors that used him to rendition Onyendu. So let me play you people our Prime Minister's speech before the visit was launched yesterday.
Our people, those, especially those hanging by the side or by the wall, thinking that are they succeeding? Is it the time to jump in? Are we going to support them now? Is this actually happening? I want you to understand that Biafra is coming, with or without you. But the question is, what will be your fate after Biafra has been achieved, restored, and become an independent state? A lot of you are not supporting this because you feel that, or felt that many people have tried and failed. And so, you don't see any reason supporting the Biafra movement. And the difference here is that whatever we do, we tell you what we are going to do, how we are going to do it, and what is going to be the outcome of it. We are not fighting for Biafra based on trial luck. We are fighting for Biafra very strategically with a very good template that will do things ahead of time before we do it.
Yes, Emenike, my brother, you are correct. There was a time our PM was warning Ejiofor to stop what he is doing in Onyendu's case. And Ejiofor started fighting him. So he told Ejiofor that you will not win this fight. You have to represent Onyendu very well. That was what our Prime Minister told him. That time, our Prime Minister was doing exactly what we are doing now. Before, Biafrans said to him, since government in exile is here, we need you to be our PM. So what we are doing now, you don't expect him to come and be doing the same. He warned Ejiofor, and today, what is happening? You are very correct. Our PM busted him. And our PM is another prophet. When he says something, it comes to pass. Henry, who do I send a voting link to? Please indicate. Let me know who you want me to send the link to.
Do it. And with what is happening in Nigeria today, it is for the best interest and for the advantage of the Biafran independence. It does not matter what many people feel or how they feel about the Biafran movement in the past. What matters now is the present. Look around yourselves. Do you think Nigeria will survive this year? The answer is no. Even if Nigeria is going to survive this year, is going to survive next year? The answer is no. And if the answer is no, how prepared are you? What have you done to make sure by the time Nigeria did not succeed, what becomes the fate of your people back home? That is the reason the Biafra government were formed in exile, activated, reactivated in exile, to start taking the responsibility of a government over Biafra.
Please, my brother Emenike, can you confirm that you are hearing the voice of our Prime Minister very well? Please. Thank you.
And because the room was not built in a day, we started gradually to become more organized movement, independent for the first of independence of Biafra. Today we have succeeded. While other people in Nigeria are crying for killings by the jihadist movement, Islamization of Nigeria is eating deep into other regions. Only in Biafra territory, they're trying to blackmail the government and myself. But I want everyone to understand one thing. We are not fighting the way other people have fought their freedom. And if you are not supporting us, I believe we are not fighting the way other people have fought for their freedom. You are just an ignorant person. We do not need to fight like Mandela. We do not need to fight like Gandhi. We do not need to fight like Martin Luther King. These are people from different countries, different mentality, different problems, and they fought their way, which they believe how the whatever system mechanism they use.
Are you hearing it well now?
For their own freedom. Please. Our own is completely different. Nigeria is a very complex, able entity, being piloted by the corrupt British, and needed a very complex solution as well. And that's why many people do not understand what we're doing.
Are you hearing it well now, Emenike, please?
I want everyone to understand those who have written petition against me, those who now say that Samanata is the problem of the Southeast, those who now say that Samanata is the problem of the people. I was born in 1985. Before then, there was a problem in the land. Before I was born, many Biafrans were slaughtered in the north. Before I was born, Biafra has to defend themselves, and that led to the murder of over 3 million people. That particular issue and crisis that led to the death of many millions of Biafra has never been addressed till today. How then Samanapa become the problem? But the enemy will always look for a way to give a bad name to those who have risen up to say enough is enough, in order to continue to kill and to continue to subjugate you to the slavery which is benefiting them. The narrative is out there, how Samanapa is destroying Ali. But deep down inside you, you know that Igbo land has been destroyed before Samanapa was born.
You see, my people, when you push somebody to the wall, the person have no other option than to fight back. They have really pushed our Prime Minister to the wall, to the extent that he has today declared his age to everyone that cares to listen, that he was born in 1986. Before that time, you know how many millions of Biafrans that these very terrorists have killed. Until tomorrow, I don't know what is wrong with our people. I don't know how they think or how they reason. You know, last time when our Prime Minister had a space conference with the Amazonian Dr. Yoba Chio. Dr. Chio said that the Yaoundé government, which is Cameroonian government, that they trained some people from his own tribe and brought there to be buying them. So will you say that it is Dr. Chio Ayoba that is killing his own people or not? They are saying all that to distract us and to divide us. They have always divided us. Somebody like this Asari Dokubo, he knows that we are all the same. But Asari was working with Onyendu. Suddenly Asari changed when they started offering him the kind of money he has never seen before. Today, is Asari not crying? So for anybody to say that our prime minister is the one causing what is happening in Igbo land, the person will tell me what Hope Uzodinma, David Umahi, what they did. Because these are the people that destroyed Igbo land. And they are there. And some of us are still following them like fools. They want to render our people hungry and hopeless so that anything they tell you, you will do it. I don't know why it is difficult for our people to understand. If not for our prime minister, my people, I tell you, we would have, our people would have all been at IDP camp today. I'm telling you, because Igbo land is their target. No matter, they can do anything. That's where the oil they want is coming from. That is their target. But it is because of this thing that our prime minister is doing. That's why our people are still talking. And this is why the churches, where majority of the congregation are found, should talk to them to do this voting. We are their targets. So castigating our prime minister will not do anyone any good. Yes. Hello, Nelson. You are welcome. Thank you for joining us. So my people, remember to like and share this video so that it goes viral. Our people need to get the thing they are doing straight. We should be thanking God for our prime minister, because our prime minister is like a child saving the adults. You know, what a child can see standing up, an adult can sit down and not see it. Yes. Yes, he is a boy, a very young man. And look at how he is fighting for us. Instead of saying thank you to him, they were putting a bounty of $50,000 on his head. What for? Who will put bounty on Gumi or the vice president of Nigeria? Who will put bounty on Soludo and Hope Uzodinma and Peter Mba, who is now bulldozing people's house in Enugu, rendering people homeless, to go and bring cattle from Sahel to do ranching? So there is no point pointing accusing finger on ourselves, let alone a man, a very young man like this that is fighting for his own people. You know, I'm not here to praise our prime minister, but I'm saying the fact. He is very, very young to be fighting for men and women with gray hair that does not want to understand the position of things. These are people who don't like you. They don't want your businesses to thrive. They don't want you to live in a house. They will burn your houses. They will bulldoze the ones in the city, in Abuja, in Lagos. And he is trying to maintain your dignity. Yeah. So this whole thing is really pissing off. We have to support our prime minister, do fundraising, vote for the referendum. That's what we need to do for him, for all the things he's doing to materialize, and not to accuse him for being nice to you people